Well, this is just kind of a little, I don't know, it's not really a grumpy old man thing, but it is kind of. Did you ever notice all these fictitious looking advertisements they got for ones that pressure washer that just hook it on your garden hose and it works better than any electric or any gas one you could ever possibly get? And I guess it's an outrageous demonstration. Well, anybody would know that that ain't right. Well, I mean, there's some people who don't know that because they've never used a real one. They think, well, I guess that could happen. Well, no, it can't happen. You take one that's got like 3,000 pounds, even 2,500 pounds pressure. Now they will, you can knock you can strip a tube before pretty much just leave the grain. But these other things, well, unless you compare it, but there's a guy on YouTube that does that. He goes through and looks over this. I think he's from England. But anyway, he goes through this stuff and shows that it don't work. Well, of course it don't. Then another one they got is that little air conditioner. It's only about like that. My camera's backwards somehow. Not very big. Oh, this is no bigger than a toaster, but it'll cool your room in just a minute. All it is a fan. There's no cooling it in. You show pictures of coils, but there ain't none. Now that's what, to me, that is absolute fraud. And, they are I'm pretty sure their law is, but they're probably getting around it somehow. But people believe in all that stuff, and then they buy it. Yeah, maybe that's right. I'd probably fall for some of that stuff myself before me think. I don't know if I'm sure I did, but I ordered some of that stuff off there. And I don't know, there's some other stuff too. They got one little bitty fan or heater that you put on your desk. If you're working off, oh, it's gonna make it toasty warm all over. Well, it probably will right in your face, but it ain't gonna keep your whole cubicle warm where you're sitting there typing and whatnot. But anyway, there's just so much this fraud going on, all this AI junk. I'll tell you what, this is ruination. There was one guy just talking a while ago, he got kicked off of YouTube because AI didn't like something he did. And I don't know what it would have been, but I didn't really understand what he was talking about. But I do know that if you try to watch YouTube anymore, something blocks out every word like murder, rape, killing, knife, gun, whatever. It's a bunch of dots across their little asterisks. Or they just, back it out. Like it's just like, parents trying to spell out words so the little kids don't know what they're talking about, because the kids are too stupid. Half the time they do it. But this is all is here too. Why do they do that? Well, sometimes you got to kind of figure it out. You really know what they mean. Just, and another thing too, they pixelate or whatever you call it. They put this big blanket over everything now. They used to didn't do that. They do now. Everything, whatever they do. Sometimes people don't want their face in. That's different. A lot of times it's nothing really that much. And they'll take your license plates, license numbers so far back in your license on their hand, so far back you couldn't read it. You had a telescope, but they blank it out. And they cut half the damn screen blank. It's getting ridiculous anymore on that stuff. It's gotten where, hell, they might kick me out of this on YouTube. I don't know. But I've got to put stuff on rumble.com or what it's called. They're not nearly as picky as YouTube. And you can get paid too, but I don't know what the pay rate is, how they do that. Because I don't have very many views on there, many subscribers. I'm sure it's like YouTube, you got to build up quite a few before you ever get anything and everything. But even at that, if it wasn't for the money and everything, you're not free to put whatever you want to on YouTube. Of course, there's got to be limitations. You can't do all kind of crazy stuff. And another thing gets me too. Facebook is supposed to be so uprighteous, they don't want nothing to happen. Well, they got these daggone, basically an X-rated advertisement literally showing what people are doing. It's not R-rated, it's X, absolutely. So I turned in a thing about that on the projection or whatever they call it. No, well, we didn't find nothing wrong with it. If you put something down about God or church or something like that, they're liable to put you in Facebook jail or something like that. Yeah, maybe I did turn this into a grouchy old man's thing, but some of this stuff's just literally ridiculous. I'm not for showing vulgar stuff on TV for kids and everybody to see. I mean, most kids that are 12 or 13 have already seen it anyway, probably done most of it. But the idea is you don't need to put it on and promoting it for those that haven't. But anyway, it's kind of a short one, I guess, but maybe I'm through griping, I don't know. There's just so much junk anymore these days, especially like AI stuff. They can make it look pretty much real. So anymore, if I see something on Facebook or something, well, it's probably fake. They're probably fake. You know, I ain't paying no attention to it. A lot of them cartoons are made up. I ain't got nothing against a cartoon, but that's the kind of back they used to make. And even if they're going to use a computer to do that, that's fine. But don't just do a damn AI program. I don't even know how that works. I don't want to know. I'm not going to use it. So anyway, enough this rambled on. Another thing too, I ain't made very many videos in a while, but haven't really had nothing to do a video about. I like to do my, working on stuff and all that, but the cancer thing ain't completely gone yet. I'm not sure what they're going to do about it. Now, I'm not whining and crying. Don't take that. I'm not that way. It's just, we got to deal with it, however it is. And I don't feel bad, don't have any pains, don't have nothing except my arthritis and all that crap. And then the shortness of breath. But that was because of that COPD stuff, or emphysema, whatever you want to call it, which I've had for years. Got worse after those procedures, but nonetheless. I mean, I do oxygen here and everything. I don't like to use it. I don't have to use it right now. I do my sex exerting, man. Yeah, you got to do with that. Okay, enough of this rambling on and all that stuff. So, just want to kind of check. Well, one thing kind of check in. Another thing, bellyache about some of the stuff I don't like. So it seems like the older I get, the less I tolerate stuff. Y'all take her easy. Talk to you later. If you want to like the video or a comment would be great. I'd like somebody's opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Talk to you later.